raise your hand. And Jeff, you can kick it off.
Shae, can you talk a little bit about your decision to go ahead and sign an extension?
Yeah, I think, well, it's exciting. I think for me, Seattle's just always been a second home to me. I've been here for 6 years now from playing at UW. And I just think this team, this city, the fans, the coaches, this club, my family, everyone that had support behind me, I just think it just felt right. And I think it's been awesome. I've been very blessed to get a lot more opportunity this season on the field. So I think it's just been fun to be able to grow in that way, and I'm excited for the next 2 years because I think it just felt right for me to stay here and continue to develop under a club and a coach and around teammates that I know believe in me, and yeah, make the next couple years still just as exciting as the first two.
You've gotten a chance to play across the line. Where do you see your strength at as far as an ideal spot along that back four? Thank you.
Honestly, I think for me, it's like I'm versatile in all of it. I think obviously I'm left-footed, so I think anywhere on the left side helps. But it's fun because I played outside back like growing up in club and with US camps and all those youth things. But then center back I got introduced to more so when I was in college when my new coach came in. And I'm comfortable at both. I have no like favorite or not. So I could see myself being an option for either of those whenever we need. And yeah, I just think they're different and maybe different games require me in different positions. So, but I'm never afraid to go on the right if I have to.
Thanks, Jeff. Jada, go ahead.
Thanks for the time. I wanted to ask, obviously record-wise, this has been a challenging season for the Reign. I wanted to get your, your perspective, like, highs and lows of what's been going on this season.
Yeah, I think it's been tough. I think it's definitely not lack of caring or lack of hard work. I think each game and each training I go in, and I believe in each one of my teammates, we're putting in all the work we can off the field. We're sitting down and film for hours trying to figure out what's working, what's not. I think honestly, it's just been hard. I mean, I just think that we've tried a bunch of different things that just still aren't working. And we've gone back to things that did work and then they don't work. And then we've gone back to things that we haven't tried and then they work. And then it's just an ebb and a flow. So It's hard to really pinpoint something specific. I just think it's one of those seasons, and we've just, each time on the field, we just tell each other, just play for each other, play for yourselves. And that's all we've been able to do and control in our hands. So, yeah, there's definitely improvements in the off season, but I think everyone's just excited to hit that big refresh button. But I do know that everyone's truly cared, and we put our full effort in this season, and yeah, we did believe in every chance we got. So there's nothing really specific to pinpoint on it, but.
And that's what I wanted to ask. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jada. Charles?
Hey, Shae, good morning. Sorry
Hi.
if my sound's a little weird. I'm in a rink right now. I just wanted to ask, I know it's your second year with the club, what it's been like for you to learn from Lou Barnes, play alongside her, just, as a player, to learn from her and her experience and just to be around the person. What have your experiences been like around Lou?
Honestly, nothing but all good things. It's been unreal to play underneath someone like that. I think coming in as a rookie last year, I was like, oh my God, like this is really happening that I get to play under her and beside her. And I even texted her because she like reposted my extension and was so happy for me. But I texted her and I was like, I just want you to know that this club doesn't run without you and what you've built for this club and how you've pioneered this club to be the way it is. This team and the way that this, the club feels, like culture-wise, on the field, off the field, I think it has a lot to do with those OGs like Jess and Lou and Pino. And I think with those two being around another year for my second year has been, made the most difference in having them as, a comfort blanket still as the leaders they are. I just think I have nothing but good words for her. She's helped in terms of critiques on the field. She's been a voice behind me in my ear when I've played outside back, and she's next to me at center back. She's just an always reliable person and on and off the field, and I think that she's really done works for this club that are unmatched and should never go unnoticed.
Thanks, Charles. Susie?
Hi, Shae. You mentioned the OGs right now, and I was just curious that and the legacy they've passed on, and now the Reign is under new ownership. And I was just wondering, like, what has that feeling been like for you under the new ownership? It's always obviously only been a few months, but and just like what has given you confidence to resign with new leadership in place?
Yeah, I think in general, it's just giving confidence knowing that we're in a more stable spot to be able to like proceed forward with next season, the rest of this season, how it went. And I just think it gives me confidence knowing the owners that we have. They care so much about this program and this club, and they haven't forgotten about the legacy we hold. They know our history, they know like what this club's about. So I think that's ultimately what's helped give me confidence in how they want to promote us and how they want to support us. But yeah, it's been a short time, but you can already just tell differences in just how they come and talk to us every day. They want to be at trainings, they want to be around us, they want to ask us what we need, like what we need, what they see that we need. So I think it's just overall been a lot more open communication, and yeah, I'm excited from what I've heard from the OGs. Again, like it's nothing but positive steps forward, so for the club.
Thanks, Susie. And then we'll go to Jacob.
Good morning, Shae. Congrats on your new contract.
Thank you.
Talking about how just the journey that you've been on, like Laura encapsulated last year, the objective for you was to get healthy. This year, play more minutes, which you've done so. But I'm just kind of curious, like what aspects of your game do you think have grown since joining the team last season? And then, to the way this season has gone, obviously records-wise has not been there, but in terms of like, what do you think, what departments of your game do you think has improved since with all this playing time?
I think a lot of things. I think I get told something different to work on every week, which I think is so fun and so cool. And I just think last year it was so much about, like my rookie year, I think it was so much about just absorbing all that I could from all the players around me, all my teammates, from the coaches, what they inputted. And this year was really about taking all that and kind of like challenging myself more. So I think in that case, like last year it was a lot more center back. This year it was a lot more outside back. So I think I've grown back into that spot. And yeah, I just think in general, it's just been, with the season it's been up and down. So that's already been the challenge in itself. But yeah, I mean, I've gotten more comfortable about playing against certain forwards. I've gotten to be able to test some waters about how quickly I need to get out and break my feet down for 1v1 defending, or yeah, soccer IQ wise, like who I'm playing with, the types of balls, like the vision on the field has gotten so much better. So things like that can always be improved year in, year out, game in, game out. But I think overall the comfortability of being on the field and having that less of a stress to like go out and show everything, I think has been super nice, and one of the strengths that I've gotten to develop this year a lot more, playing against obviously the league's best forwards and best midfielders and best defenders. So yeah.
Do you feel you've settled in and kind of adapted pretty well enough towards how fast the transition is from college to pros? That's one thing that obviously soccer players come out of college going to NWSL or other professional leagues, but also just in general, like other college sports athletics, once you make that jump from college to pros, how fast everything else moves with it. Do you think you've settled in well in terms of adapting to that?
Yeah, I would say so. I think, yeah, it's every step you take higher up in the ranks of your sport is always going to increase in speed, athleticism, competitiveness, intensity, everything. So I think after last year, getting those Challenge Cup minutes and 5 regular season games, I think prepared me like greatly for this year and getting the minutes that I've gotten. And yeah, I feel a little bit more comfortable going into games for sure, knowing that I can hang now instead of last year being like head spinning like a chicken with a head cut off. So
perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Jacob. And then we'll go back to Susie.
A little bit of a tangent, but and I know you've mentioned this before, but obviously you're nominated for the Lauren Holiday Award, and just wanted to ask like what it means to have your teammates rally behind you and be able to represent MSI Impossible.
Well, I think it's amazing. I think right off the bat, when even fan voting was instantly initiated, we have QR codes in the meal room. I have people texting the group chat most of the days saying like, hey, wellness, but also vote for Shae. And I've even had some of the teammates come to some of my, Claudia Longo's the MSI Impossible founder and my best friend. I think they've even come to some of her camps with me and just have been around her, and they know the person she is. So I think them all being bought in themselves about her and her organization, I think has ultimately been like the most massive support that I could have asked for. And yeah, just the award in general, it's speechless. It's so fun to get to spotlight her nonprofit and just the community that she supports. And yeah, it's just fun to have hands all in, and this club supports me all the way. And I think it's been fun to just like promote it and get the word out constantly this month. And it's been super fun to see the results that people are taking initiative to just support me and one of my friends from college and everything that she supports, just because they know me and they trust me. So it's been fun to get to showcase her like that, and my teammates have been amazing about the whole process.
So lovely, thank you. Also, just one more for me. Obviously, the playoffs are not in the card this year, but you have one more chance to play in front of home fans this week, and have an opponent that I'm sure you'd like to get a better result against in Houston. I'm just wondering, just like what's been the team's like real focus and energy heading into the match tomorrow.
I think it's been just more play for ourselves, like I mentioned a little bit earlier. It's just we want to go out there and play for each other, play for ourselves. It's pride at this point too, and I just think it's not only that, but also this is the time where we also get to prepare for next season. I know that sucks to say, but it's just a moment where we get to be like, hey, well, this is the cards we've been dealt, and we're not going to waste it, and we're going to take it as opportunity to still continue to grow, still continue to show what this team can do. And I think, yeah, we're going to go out Friday, and it's fan appreciation night, so we're excited to play for them, and we're just excited for the whole city to be behind us like they have been all season. And I think just go out and give our best like we have been, and yeah, just continue to grow and put our best foot forward for the rest of these last two games and heading into next year. So
Thanks, Susie. All right, thank you, everyone. Thanks, Shae.
thanks.